What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Patriot Specialized today. Today's episode, we got an amphibious unit on a trailer. We're running from York, Pennsylvania down to North Carolina, down to Camp Lejeune. We're going to deliver it tomorrow morning. We're going to show you that and going to talk about a couple other things, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
Right, all right. So, as you guys know, if you watched the last episode, the eye isn't completely healed up yet, but it's definitely getting a lot better. It turns out that I don't think it was solely a infection. I think maybe I scratched it when I was itching or something. I don't know. It's not. Infection should have went away way faster than it did. So it seems like there was something else going on there. My wife took a look at it, and she seems to think that I scratched my eyelid, my lower eyelid, and then I probably got a little bit of my eye too, and that's probably what's been wreaking havoc and taking so long to heal up. But we're getting there. We're almost back to normal. So I'm hoping that by the end of the week we're in good shape, back to normal, and everything's fine. Still taking the antibiotic and still putting the drops in just to be 100% sure. I want to follow the course of action on that just to be sure of that. But I do think it might be a mute point at this stage in the game. But we are currently sitting just inside of North Carolina. We loaded, as you know, I dropped the trailer in there. If you watched last episode, I dropped the trailer in York, Pennsylvania on Friday. Bobtailed back to the house, bobtailed back out there this morning, snatched up the trailer, got everything chained down, got out of there. Obviously, you know from prior episodes that the defense contractor I load at doesn't allow any filming on site, no pictures, no filming, none of that kind of stuff. So I figured with daylight being the way it is, and as early as I left my house this morning at about 4 o'clock in the morning, making my way over there so I get loaded. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to get chained down and get out of there in a good time frame in order because I routed myself down 83 out of York, down 83 into Baltimore, 695 around Baltimore, then 95 straight down in Washington, D.C. Now, anybody that knows anything about those two cities knows that you definitely want to be very careful about the timing that you use when you go into those two cities. So what I thought was, if I get there about 9:30, get everything chained down, I'll get out of there 10:30-ish. It should put me in Baltimore about 11:30. Should put me through DC about 1 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it worked out almost perfect. We ran into a little bit of traffic on 695. That was construction. It wasn't anything that wasn't abnormal. Didn't slow me down a whole lot. But the real problem was I got into DC and smoothed right through DC and had no trouble at all. The real problem came after DC, about the 150-mile marker south of DC, down all the way to the 114. They had some sort of construction going on the side of the road. It wasn't even in the road, on the side of the road, but everybody was slowing down. We came to a crawl every 2 miles. For all of that mileage, every 2 miles, they had something going on the side of the road, and everybody's freaking out and slowing down. So it was a little bit of a struggle getting through there. I lost quite a bit of time, unfortunately. But we made it to a location where I normally make it to and I like to go to when I'm coming down here to Camp Lejeune. This little truck stop, mainly because it's got a Waffle House over there, and fat guy likes waffles. Chubby guy likes him some waffles. So we got that done. Got here. Got everything done, got here, and I figured I'd jump out and show you the load real quick before I go get something to eat. All right, guys. There's Ghost. This might be one of the last videos for Ghost, at least for now. Looks like Beast is done. And we should be picking it up. We have a excavator for a company that we, you guys remember me moving a mill out to Butler, Indiana, 10 episodes or so ago, about 6 weeks ago, and those things are ready to move back. So I need that axle in order to move 2 of those machines. One I can do with this setup, but I need the other axle to do the other 2 parts of that. So we're going to, looks like we're going to get this delivered, then we're going to run up to Baltimore, load an excavator in Baltimore that goes back to Ohio, drop it in Ohio, then we're going to run up, switch out trucks, and then the first part of that 3 pieces, the first part will be ready Friday morning. They want me out there to load it. So that's the goal here, and we're gonna see what happens. Looks like we're in good shape, but here's what we got. Amphibious unit. You guys seen a few of these things, I'm sure, I've hauled a couple of them on the channel. This thing weighs in at 62,000 pounds. This is the truck stop where Gary and I stopped at last time we were running these things. Weighs in at 62,000 pounds. Pretty simple for securement. You know, the government loves their tie down, so securement was, like I said, real easy. I did one chain, 3 binders on the back. I sent front of the unit, back of the load. I sent the chain across, hooked on that side with just the chain itself, ran a binder over here, and then I used the chain tail from that, hooked in, tightened over here, did the same thing over there with the chain tail from over there. So essentially we got 2 chains holding it in back here. Got our flags inside. Oh, you know something I don't talk about much? Got our flags on. Is this one actually requires the outriggers. I don't think it actually requires it, but he's a little off-centered with this one this time, but normally these things require the outriggers. There is, the general rule that we use is if half of the track or tire or whatever is on the trailer, then it doesn't require the outrigger. And in this case, a little bit less than half. I know it looks like it on that where I just showed you, because that's because he's off-centered a little bit. He's got a little bit more on that side than this side. So the outriggers the company I pick it up from, they want the outriggers on there for these loads. It also helps them load it where they're a little more comfortable driving it up on, because one false move either way, it could come off there. So it makes them feel a little bit better and gives it more stability going down the road. So we got the outriggers on. I only use, because I use 6-inch outriggers, and if I need all 12 inches, I put another one out here. But on this particular load, I didn't need 2 on each side. I only needed 6 inches sticking off of each side, so that's what I did. I just put one board in. Managed to hit that dead on. And got those outriggers in the exact right spot. That was pure luck. That was absolute pure luck. I took a guess, and I walked the thing off with my feet and took a guess, and I guessed right. So that was good. On the back for securement, I did basically the same thing, except I ended up using 2 chains back here. I did one straight through their hitch, and this is 1 chain, 2 binders, right off the tie-down points. Hook there, came right to the edge of the trailer. So we got another 2 chains back here. So we got 4 chains equaling 45,000 pounds of securement roughly, holding in a 62,000 pound load, which, as we all know, only requires 31.5. So we are in good shape on securement. All 4 axles down back here. Don't really need all 4 for weight, but we do in a couple of states. They require them to be down. So I just went ahead and put it down, left it down. And then we got the tandem axle up there. That was a little bit tricky because, again, you know, and I think it was last episode or the episode before, I said that Virginia would only give us 44, which is what I believed. And I'm going to stop saying this stuff on the channel. I don't know. Then I said that, and then they gave us a permit for 50. They also gave us a permit for 50,000 on the drive tires this time as well. So they're giving us 25,000 per axle. I don't know why. As far as I knew, those things, they would only give us 44 on a tandem axle setup, but they gave us 50. I am not looking to gift horse in the mouth. I'm gonna take it and run with it, and that made it real comfortable in Virginia. I just maxed out Virginia because we never really know what these things are gonna weigh. So I just went ahead and maxed out Virginia. I know for a fact Virginia scales are gonna take a look at us. It's just the way it is. That's what they do. They don't hassle us, but they're going to take a look and they want to see that your axles are correct, your weight is correct. So I just maxed it out, highest I could get, make sure that no matter what they did to this thing, no matter what implements they put on it, no matter how heavy it was, well, not no matter how heavy it was, but anything they make is not going to make that thing too heavy for the maxed out Virginia permit. So that's what we did. This is also tricky because Maryland at 120,000 pounds requires an escort. Now, with this load, Ghost, hooked to this trailer, we're only 49,000 pounds empty. Load is 62. You do the math on that, you're less than 120. So we didn't have any problem there. We didn't have to get an escort in Maryland. And we were able to max out Virginia and be comfortable there. So we were comfortable everywhere we went. Nice smooth ride so far. The North Carolina scale, I just passed it on the way here, and they rolled me across and just kept me going. They didn't even ask to see my permit, so that was good. We this has been a pretty smooth run so far. Hopefully it continues that way. We will get this thing delivered tomorrow morning. Daylight tomorrow morning, I looked it up, it is 5:54 or 5:52 currently where I'm at. So we will be able to roll out of here just before 6 o'clock, and I can go ahead and get up, start my logbook, get my pre-trip done before that, and be able to roll out right at sunrise. So usually what I found at this particular truck stop is that sun comes up a little bit earlier than what they say. So I'm guessing about 5:30, that sun is going to be up enough for me that it's comfortable and is legal for me to run. We're going to see what it looks like, but I got a feeling that it'll be daylight by 5:30, so that'll be good. I'll take off, run this thing down there, hopefully get on base about 7:30. We're about 2 hours away, get there 7:30. It takes about a half hour or so to get through. If you guys remember on my videos, it takes a minute to get through the check-in process at the gate for Camp Lejeune. So we will do that, get checked in. Hopefully I'll be out there by 8, get back there, get delivered. It's going to the same place we did last time. Go back there, get delivered, and with any luck, we'll be rolling out the gate before 9 o'clock, I hope. And right now, we currently have an excavator booked out of Baltimore going right to Ohio, which falls right in line with what we're doing for the rest of the week, trying to switch trucks and do all that. Also, might be able to get home one night this week, which I don't do very often. It doesn't happen very often where I get to be home during the week, but it looks like it's going to be possible this week. So hopefully that'll happen. We'll probably end up, I'm going to look and see what I can find down here to get me up to Baltimore, but it's looking like I'm probably just going to end up bouncing up there, grab that excavator. Probably, with any luck, I'll get there before they close tomorrow. I doubt it. It's going to be tough because they stop shipping at Mid-Atlantic at 3:30 in the afternoon. They close their doors for check-in. So that's going to be a tall order to get delivered at Camp Lejeune and make it up there by 3:30. So it'll probably be Wednesday morning. However, that load is going to a dealership. So dealerships typically are open a little bit later. And if they're open a little bit later, then I can load in the morning, run it over there, get it delivered, and get up to the shop. That will allow me to go home. Then I can come in Thursday morning, switch trucks real quick, bounce my butt out to Butler, Indiana, and get the first of the 3 for reserve. So that would be good. And right now, I'm gonna go in here, talk to these guys, make sure I'm okay to park here. I always am. I've parked here a few times, but I like to talk to them and make sure before I just assume and get woke up in the middle of the night by a cop or something. So right now I'm gonna go in and talk to them. Then I'm gonna walk over and get some waffles from Waffle House. So something a little bit different than the normal truck stop food. So we'll talk to y'all soon. Well, 5:30 in the morning. Turn some lights on here. 5:30 in the morning, as I suspected. Pretty daylight. Check these lights out real quick, and we will get out of here. Try to make this happen today. It seems like I'm forever like trying to make something happen. Lights are all good. Let's go make it happen. Right, all right. Made it through security. Made it through that. You just never know what you're going to get. Today it took an hour and a half to get through security. So, unfortunately, I think that hour and a half just effectively killed any chance I had at making pickup today up in Baltimore. So it looks like it's going to be tomorrow morning for sure in Baltimore. And then I looked at my permits last night, and I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one to get the delivery the same day with that excavator. These permits are ridiculous. We're going to talk about that on the next episode, but right now we're going to run back here and try to get this thing off the trailer so we can at least make it up toward close to Baltimore so we can get picked up in the morning. Alright guys, look at this. Look at this crap. I have been on, this is 495 around DC. I have been on 495. It's 5:12, 5:13 p.m. 5:13 p.m. on 495 in DC. I didn't want to be on 495 in DC at 5:13 p.m. I got here at 2:30. I wanted to be on 495 at 2:30. 2:30. But the real question I have is, when am I going to learn to go pee before I get to DC?